Today I'm going to show you how to make a Greek lemon chickpea soup, also known as Revithia. I love this recipe because it's naturally gluten-free and it's so creamy, yet it doesn't contain any cream. This makes it perfect for celiacs and vegans. You're going to love the unique blend of flavors in this soup. It's quick and easy to make, and it's really easy on the wallet. Alright, I'm going to start by heating up about a tablespoon of olive oil. We're going to let that get nice and hot. And now to that, I'm going to add 1 onion, 1 carrot, and 1 celery. So I'll just throw that in. Give that a quick stir. I'm going to season that right away with about 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And here I have 1 bay leaf. So we'll just sweat this off for a couple of minutes so all those vegetables become fragrant. My heat's on medium-high and I don't want these to change color at all. Now after about 2 minutes, I'm going to add 2 cloves of chopped garlic. And here I have 1.5 teaspoons of dried oregano, which I'm going to crumble in. Whenever you use dried herbs, always crumble them in because that releases a lot of their flavor. So we'll just let this cook for another minute or so. And now it's time to add 4 to 6 cups of chicken stock or vegetable stock or even just water. This here is homemade chicken stock, but I don't have quite enough. So I'm going to add another cup or 2 of water. And I've done this with just plain water, the whole recipe, and it still turns out really good. So I'm going to go ahead and cover this and let it come to a boil. And once it does, I'm going to bring it down to a simmer and let it cook for another 15 or 20 minutes or until those vegetables are nice and tender. So now we're ready to add our chickpeas. So you can either use 2 cans, but what I did was last night I soaked 2 cups of chickpeas overnight. And then this morning I rinsed them off, replaced them with fresh water, and I pressure cooked them for 15 minutes. And I did not release the pressure. I let the pressure cooker cool naturally, and they turn out perfectly that way. Not too hard, not too mushy, just right. So I'm going to go ahead and add those in. We'll give it a good stir. Now you might need to add a little more stock or water, depending on how vigorously you cooked it and also depending on how much you initially added. But this is looking good so far. I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm going to cover this again and let it simmer for another 10 minutes. While that cooks away and we juice our lemon, may I please remind you that if you're enjoying this video, please let me know by hitting that like button. And if you love simple yet tasty recipes like this one, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button too. And remember, as always, if you're looking for a printable version of this recipe, I've linked it in the description below this video. Plus you'll find hundreds of other really great recipes there, and I decorate my website with all of my paintings. Alright, so there we have the juice of 1 lemon. Before we add it in though, we have to make our soup creamy. And we're actually going to do that by removing about 2 cups of the chickpeas. And of course, if you like your soup a little less creamy, you only do about 1 cup. If you want it more creamy, you do even more than 2 cups. So 2 cups should do it for now. We're going to add these to a little grinder. So you just want to be careful and make sure this grinder can handle all of these. Definitely need a little bit of the liquid in there too. And just put the lid on and let it puree. Get it nice and smooth. So it looks something like this. Now we'll go ahead and add this right back into the soup. Just added a little water to get the rest of it out of there. You can see that that makes it nice and creamy. There we go. You can see how beautifully creamy that turns out. Yet we didn't add any actual cream or roux. So that makes it perfect for people who are gluten-free or vegan as long as you don't use chicken stock. And now the last things we have to add are the lemon juice that we squeezed. Definitely a little black pepper. And a little salt if you need it, but the only way to know that is to actually taste it. Yes, I'm going to add a little bit more salt, maybe another 1/2 teaspoon or so. Now, depending on how big your lemons are, maybe you might want to add a little more juice. I think I might add another lemon's worth of juice to mine. These lemons were pretty small. The amount of lemon juice really is going to vary depending on how big your lemons are. I'm going to say this soup is officially ready. Now I have to tell you guys, I recently just discovered this soup this past summer, and at one point, I think I made it about 3 times in 1 month. It is that good. I like to drizzle a little olive oil on top because olive oil and lemons go kind of famously together, and this is the type of soup that just gets better with each day in the fridge. The flavors get fuller, the texture gets thicker. It is just so good. I really hope you'll give this one a try soon, and if you do, please let me know in the comments how it turned out for you. I love hearing from you guys. And if you have a moment, please rate the recipe on the website too. And now, according to YouTube, this is the recipe you should be checking out next, so enjoy and happy cooking.